bleeding. Alright, check this out. We're clicking this. So good. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, at this point we could still stack here, I think. Keep in mind, defender's got movement. We can move it. So we could play that there. We could also play it here. Probably better here now. Right. Very good. Okay, yep.
The only good one is a dead one.
Well, wait. I could just rebuke it right away, but I think it's better to throw this down first.
Shoot to kill. Give no warning.
They don't know rebuke's coming. They're just gonna hold that, and then it's gonna make it better. Hey, what's up my friends, and welcome back to another deck guide. For today, I've put together a Scoia'tael list for you, and we know that considering the patch notes, there's been some nice buffs to the Nature's Gift leader ability, because we will be focusing on using the Queen in this deck, and also this card here. Just bear in mind, due to my busy schedule, I've recorded this deck guide ahead of the update of the new patch and the beginning of the new season, but rest assured the list is fully optimized, and at the time that you receive this you will be able to transfer this deck straight into your deck library and use it right away. But yeah, just keep in mind, as you can see at this time, this card hasn't been updated yet to reflect the new changes, or Wrath of Brocklon as well, Eithne. Okay, so it's a Symbiosis style of deck. We're going to be playing a lot of nature cards. We are going to be using our Symbiosis units to get a lot of benefit out of those nature cards. The leader ability that we're using is Nature's Gift. Symbiosis. Given allied unit Vitality 2. We got 3 charges of this, okay? The stratagem that we're using is Crystal Skull. Boost an allied unit by 4 and give it Veil. So I'm playing Pavko in this deck. He's a ranged throw lock card. If you want, you can play him when we're going first and we have stratagem, because he will be a bit of a tall power, so he can't be answered easily by some cards removed. And Crystal Skull can give him some good protection. It can help you get round control. Solid engine on the board. 2 points of damage per turn. But, you know, outside of that, we'd be looking to boost Sorceress up with the Crystal Skull. What I'm going to do is run you through this list bottom up and explain how best to play each card and when to play it during a match. So, to begin with, I've got the Cat Witcher Adept in here. This is a very specific touch I've added to this deck for a very particular reason. So, with the Cat Witcher Adept, I am playing him in here for the use of, is it Frixonet? I don't know how to say his person's name. Call it Frix. Alright, so I'm playing this in here. Bearing in mind the change that's going to be upcoming to this card here. So, you know, this card will be spawning young Dryads, but it's got a cooldown of 4, I believe it was. And its cooldown will be reducing according to how much vitality it's got on it. So I've got a few different ways to give this card vitality in this deck. This is one of them. So what we want to do with the Cat Witcher Adept is save it for round 2 when we're looking to push in the bleed behind Defender and this card. Once this is played down, after you've used its initial Zeal order, you can begin to apply vitality to it, and its order can be used quicker, right? So at some stage, when you have that card down, consider playing the Cat Witcher Adept range through. Like I said, this will probably happen around 2 because we want to bleed with this deck. And we'll be giving that card vitality with the duration equal to the number of units on that units row. So we've got some nature cards to look into here. Tempering, we've got 2 temperings. Boost an ally by 5. If it's a dwarf, also give it 2 armor. So keep in mind, you could use Tempering on Figus. Here's a Dwarf. But really, we just have a number of nature cards in here to bank off the number of Symbiosis units that we're going to have. So I've gone ahead and prioritized extra bronze special nature cards over bronze units because I think it's going to be a bigger payoff in this list in the long run, considering the overall build and buffs that have occurred. So, you know, before we play these nature cards, just make sure you have Symbiosis units down on the board. Use Tempering as you need to otherwise. Next up, we've got Dryad's Caress. This allows you to purify an allied unit and boost it by 3. If you control a Dryad, also give it Vitality for 3 turns. So it is a good idea to use Caress when we are playing this unit here because it's giving Vitality. There will be Dryads on the board, so it can help with the cooldown at that time. Obviously, we have these Dryads to consider as well to use Caress on. And we can also use Caress onto the Elven Seers and get extra replay of that card. So when we target this unit with a bronze special, spawn and play a copy of that special card. So yeah, I think Caress is going to be really good to target the Seer with. Maybe Orbs could be pretty good as well because they'll be giving Vitality if you can somehow get that through the Sorceress. So use these nature cards as you need to synergize with these units, as I've explained. With the Elven Seer, you can go ahead and use one round 1 to help with round control, and then the other could be pretty good in round 2, pushing into the bleed. Then we've got the Dryad here. It's a Symbiosis unit as well. At the end of your turn, if this unit has Vitality, boost off by 1. So you definitely can commit 1 leader charge to one of these Dryads round 1 when you're going first. And then from there, what you can do is like pretty much look to set up the Sorceress and use the Sorceress perhaps to generate a way to give this more Vitality. And then obviously you got your special cards to consider to keep that going. So with this Dryad unit, round 1 commit 1 and round 2 on the bleed, you can use the other copy. For some control, we've got Nature's Rebuke. Damage an enemy unit by 5. Death Blow, boost a random allied Trent by 2. So we are spawning Trents according to our leader ability whenever we're playing nature cards. So the Death Blow does play for pretty good value with Nature's Rebuke. It can play pretty good, so try to kill something with it if you can. But yeah, it just gives us some flexibility with this list, some extra control to consider. Just use those as you need to, really. Try to use them when you've got the Wandering Trents down on the board first. With the Sorceress, we are looking to play one round 1, and the other you can play it round 2 or 3 flexibly. It allows you to create and play a bronze Scoia'tael special card with a provision cost equal to or lower than this card's power. So what you're really going to do with the Sorceress is, like I said, when we go first round 1, you can play Crystal Skull onto this, have it boosted so it gets you something of a better spawn. And in addition to that, you're going to use this to synergize with the Seer. So like you can create something, play it, use that onto the Seer, and then the Seer can replicate that. That adds for some good points there. Or you could use the Sorceress to give Vitality somehow to the Dryad if you get a good option. Alright, so keep that in mind. Double Bountiful Harvest allows us to create and play a Bronze Scoia'tael Elf. It's also boosting in our hand. We really want to keep these two in deck, and they're going to get thinned out through the use of Simlas. So we play Simlas, and he's going to play all copies of Bountiful Harvest from our deck. I think if we could save Simlas for round 2, after having spawned a lot of these young Dryads through this unit, and then you hit Simlas for double harvest, I think it could play for some really good tempo and put you in a really good spot against the opponent. So I'd recommend to play it that way. But of course, if you need round control, you could commit it round 1 as well. So it gives our deck consistency because we're thinning out 2 cards. So try to save this for round 2 on the push against the opponent. We're playing a ton of specials in this deck, so it makes sense to play Gord. Increase the boost by 1 for every special card you played this game. Boost cannot exceed 12. This is like a short round 3 card for us with Eithne, I believe. I think that's the best line to take with Gord in this list. This Dryad here allows us to play a nature card from our deck. Usually what you want to do is play this round 1 because it can help with getting points, and you'd be searching for something like Shaping Nature. I think it's pretty important to have this. You know, you could play that unit, get Shaping Nature, perhaps give Vitality to the Dryad so it can keep boosting with its ability as well. Or you could just go for a boost of 8. It's not bad either. So definitely comfortable to play this round 1 if you like. So with Pavko, order is ranged, damage a unit by 2. It's going to be because we've got only Scoia'tael units, cooldown 1. Pretty good control engine, and you can use these pings of damage in combination with Rebuke to kill some things, so keep that in mind. Gives the deck a bit more flexibility in what it can achieve. If we're going first round 1, like I said, you can give this Crystal Skull and just have it as a strong round 1 engine. If not, play it behind Defender round 2 on the bleed as well. So with this unit here now, the change from what I can remember, it's going to be a 5-powered unit. It's got a cooldown of 4, and the ability is that it's going to be consistently spawning young Dryads, okay? And its cooldown will reduce according to how much vitality it has on it. So what we want to do is round 2, play this behind Defender, use the first charge, and perhaps you could use 1 leader charge on this. You could use the other vitality giving cards we have, Shaping Nature, the Cat Witcher that I put in here specifically for this. There's a few different ways we can go about it, and what you really want to do is, what I'd usually do in my Symbiosis decks is use Eithne round 2 to push for a bleed, but because there's been some changes, I think we can use this instead, considering how many young Dryads it's going to give us, and it gives us a similar effect that we're looking for, like what Eithne would have done, really. So the idea is that you spawn as many of these Symbiosis units as possible, and then you just play your nature cards out. Hopefully you got Simlas, Double Harvest, and it should really pop in round 2. Isengrim's Council can just help us to get Gourd, ensuring we get it at the end of a match. Also, it could get you Defender, which is pretty important too, because it allows you to look at a random Dwarf, Dryad, and Elf from your deck. Maybe even go for Simlas through the use of this. Those are the kind of cards you'd be looking for with this card. Got Defender really in here just to protect this unit, because it is a pretty strong engine and we want to maintain it on the board. But also Fiercest does give good protection to some other important units of ours. The Hammer Dryad, Sorceress, and Seer could also be good to protect. And like I said, Pavko as well if you're going to play it like that. So round 2 card. Shaping Nature, you're pretty much going to use Fouave to pull it out round 1. And it's an echo card, so we get to use it twice. What we'd be typically going for is the third option there. Boost an allied unit by 5. Give it Vitality 5. And yeah, use it round 1 or 2 most likely. Pretty nice. It's a nature card, so Symbiosis units are going to get some value out of having that played. Call of the Forest. Play a Scoia'tael unit from your deck and boost it by 1. Really, you could just use this to get you Simlas and maybe Eithne. That's usually what you'd go for. Of course, it depends on your hand or what you're missing, but these would be probably the top two priorities with Call of the Forest. Simlas we covered. You're just playing both Bountiful Harvest from our deck. If you can, reserve this round 2 for the bleed. And with Eithne, Wrath of Brokilon, she is now a 10-powered unit in this stage. And Symbiosis 3 is her condition. Okay, so great card to have down as you start to play out your nature cards. I'm thinking we save this for a short round 3. Of course, you could 2-0 with this deck because it's got a ton of points if we get the right combos going. But if you can save Eithne, Wrath of the Brokilon round 3 with Gourd and maybe a few nature cards, it could work out really good. So just keep it in mind. A few different ways to play it, but considering the buff that occurred to Eithne, Wrath of the Brokilon, we probably do want to play her round 3 more than we'd used to before, because usually round 2 I just play her in this stage, but it's going to be different now, I believe. So now that I've outlined the list, I'm just going to explain how to execute the strategy for this deck. So, round 1, you can open up with Pavko, give it Crystal Skull, play Sorceress, play Hamadryad, give it a leader charge, play the Seer, play some nature cards. You got Shaping Nature to consider for round 2. You want to bleed with this deck because we've got some pretty good tempo. Play Fiercest down, play Fricks, and start spawning the young Dryads. Look to give this card Vitality as much as possible. Through use of Cat Witcher Adept for rest. You could go Leader Charge and maybe Sorceress, Seers to synergize somehow. Push hard into round 2, bleed as much as you can. Try to make the third round as short as possible, if not 2-0. But if you are going into the third round, you can consider committing Eithne, which will be an immunity unit at that time, at 10 strength. You've got Gord to finish up with, and whatever remaining nature cards you have. I may have missed mentioning that round 2 on the bleed, once again, just make sure that you're playing Simlas double harvest after having all of your Symbiosis units spawned out as much as possible. So good luck at the beginning of this new season. Please share your feedback down below. We're versing Invigorate. Hand buff list. Very curious to see the build, considering the changes. We're going first again. We are, my friends. We've got no Sorceress.
No mercy!
Okay, sure. We do need that.
'Tis my tree. I was born with it. I shall die with it.
Already using leader. Again. Okay. Right. Yeah, this is a good card now. The number of boosted units in your hand. Very nicely played. Let's go Shaping Nature. Play that onto the Dryad. Still hold it.
Watch this.
Okay, I'm watching. Point squirrel. What in the world? Oh, what am I seeing here?
War will be our downfall.
That was nice. It's probably the tallest squirrel I've ever seen since I've picked up Gwent. It's crazy. Cool.
When the white frost comes, do not eat the yellow snow.
Let's do that. Play Rebuke. Circle. Well, do we want to save it? Alright, we'll do this. We're on 52. We're up by a fair bit of points. Yes, good. Okay, so we took a bit of a hit there with that. So it's not a devotion list. We're playing Squirrel. Right, good, good. We kind of need something to work with this. We do. We definitely do. We're pushing anyway.
Would you rather I crushed your head or rip it clean off?
So, do I go for a sorceress maybe? Sorceress with that. All right.
Special prize, just for you, love.
We better just kill that right away. We don't want to give them any benefit. Boosting their hand. They're very strong that way. Okay. We can get this down, no problem.
I've no fun
Trying to drop your own
with fish. I still enjoy.
Pretty cool how this works now, I like it. Solid card. It's almost like Eithne. Give me young dryads.
Fine. If my coin's ranty, go kiss a dog with its tail.
Let's do this.
Though trees live longer than humans, they need protection from them.
Should we use leader here? Maybe just hold it. I think we go for a sorceress next. Through this. Symbiosis. It's gonna get him harvest probably.
With no sense would trust
Okay.
the word of a dwarf.
Ours is gonna be better than that. We got Symbiosis value on our nature cards. Boosting. I think we can hit a leader charge here.
Spit it out already. I don't have all day.
Excellent. Ready to use. Again. Great card, man. I like it. Just bleeding.
Let us settle this.
Alright, check this out. We're clicking this.
I would bet my apple you're not
So good. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, at this point we could still stack here, I think.
Children giving parents up unto death. It is inevitable.
Keep in mind, defender's got movement. We can move it. So we could play that there. We could also play it here. Probably better here now. Right. Very good. I think we shouldn't move defender. Simlas is gonna play great now.
We are the eyes of Dol.
Honestly, that's good. I'm happy with it.
At your age, at 2 centuries, you behave like you were barely one.
So, what do we got? Just doing that. That's some points, man.
Watch and learn.
Now we're passing. We will pass now. Forest Protector. That's a good pass. Still boosting as well. Should get something good out here. Yes, nice.
Aye, aye, soon as I finish my pipe.
Alright. Still got Eithne. Immunity. Yeah, there we go. Very nice work. Very nice. Second last play. First play. Probably second play. I think we want to take that line. It's a winning hand. Come on. It's a good hand. I like it. Immunity. Can't be touched. Symbiosis 3. Then we can kind of keep a unitless theme. We can just kill something in the meantime. Hold off this unit, that unit. Okay, yep.
The only good one is a dead one.
We'll wait. I could just rebuke it right away, but I think it's better to throw this down first. They don't know rebuke's coming. They're just gonna hold that, and then it's gonna make it better. Yeah, right.
What a fuck of my axe.
Nice. Oh, that was good. Come on. Come on, we got this. Let's go. Sorceress should give us a good, some good points. Come on now.
This is not what we agreed.
Waylay? No, it's a tactic. Oh, yes. We can put that away. We can keep the seer. We can come back around to that as well. Maybe give it another click. Okay. So I say we open up probably by going this first.
'Tis my tree. I was born.
Just get our Symbiosis units down, and then we can start playing our nature cards. See what kind of a list it is. Fergus got buff for Nilfgaard. It's mill. Okay.
Bow, barbarian.
Alright.
Bow low.
So next up, we can play the Sorceress. And we'll just hit the stratagem onto it. Next best card would be Seer. And then if we can work some synergy between these two, boosting the Dryad, should be good. But we do want to get around control because this is mill and just go for the 2-0. It's the best line to take against this kind of a deck. Wow, really going Yennefer onto it already. Jeez, okay. So that's a bit of a big commitment onto that card.
Children giving parents up.
If they lock
It
this,
is inevitable.
Caress is pretty good. Straight into it. Always nice to play Simlas double harvest to get us round control too. It's not bad. But yeah, good to get Yennefer out. See what they do. Lady of the Lake.
Art thou worthy?
Alright. Okay. We could play Shaping Nature through this. Give that vitality. So this is an interesting deck. They're playing like mill. They have some control aspects with sword. How much milling are they doing really? Just some? Renegade, is it?
Their kingdoms will collapse like sand castles.
They put treason in our graveyard? Let's just keep playing our nature cards. Don't know why they play it like that.
Don't make me laugh.
Right. Hopefully that gets us round control. I want to save Simlas. Yes, okay, that's good. So really looking for Defender. And our strong engine unit. Yes, that's good. Maybe we give it another click. Could put Gord away. No, actually we don't want to brick our harvest. I think we keep it. I think we go for the bleed.
Plowing crummy in Nilfgaard.
So they actually got caught up because they played Siri. But we'll push into it anyway. We'll just push really hard here. Yennefer's gone, which is good. If they don't have a way to answer Defender, we can stack a lot of good units back there too. That again?
Yield and save
Really?
me some time.
Right, so we're bleeding 2 cards down. Let's keep that in mind. We're pushing a bit here. It's a bit of an ask.
Barbaric creatures, these humans of another world.
So we're going to save Gord for a short round. Okay.
You must banish her. I see no other path, sire.
They kill one of the tokens? Or what happens? No?
The earth will flow with the blood of Enshay, the blood of elves.
If they lock it, we purify. Yeah, this will work fine. Okay, they're going coup. Right.
The elders must put a stop to this rebellion, else they will face devastation.
No mercy!
Let's do this.
Though trees live longer than humans, they need protection from.
We're gonna play everything out until Gord, I think. So it's gonna be Simlas next. Don't have a rebuke to answer that. Okay.
Barbarians all.
Right.
The Vormolahans detest intruders.
At your age, at 2 centuries, you behave like you were barely 1.
Okay, that's really good. Oh, great. Jeez. That's exactly why I wanted to play it before Caress.
War will be our downfall. This I have seen.
Spit it out already. I don't have all day.
Okay. We play Caress now? We play Caress onto Seer, play it onto the Dryad. That's locked. Right. Is that the right line to take? Maybe we purify Dryad first. Then we do this. And pass. What are we on here? Boost up by 9. Oh, it's pretty good. We're up by a lot of points. They can't use that onto Seer. 30 points. Why not just go all in, I think.
Tall enough to kick your ass.
I think we got the points for it.
Ugh, stop gurgling like that.
What's that for?
That was not in the spell books.
So they're gonna get some big activation off of Seer there. That's pretty good. Right, that's good points. They're still a ways off though. Right, nice win. Looking for one of each bronze copy, that's fine. We are going first. Okay. I don't really have a use for this here. I don't think.
Come to me, little one.
We're really using that for Sorceress or Pavko. See how they play. Dwarf, Hybrid, Swarm list, or what is it? We can still go Seer next. Maxi?
You can run, you can hide, but I'm gonna get you.
The earth will flow with the blood of Enshay, the blood of elves.
It could get answered if I don't use it that way. So we're gonna play Caress onto Seer, and then we just play that back onto the Dryad there. It's fine.
The righteous shall be recompensed.
Right, Vanadane. Okay, so looks like an elf, dwarf, swarm potentially. Might give up round control. We'll see. Could play Tempering. Still got some good points here. I'd like to keep Simless for round 2. Waylay, yep.
Time for you to die, Dwarf.
Okay, we're gonna look out for their leader. They got good tempo around 1. So round 2 is going to be defender. And we're going to play it behind, well, alongside I should say, this unit here. And Pavko as well. It's kind of the line we're going to take. Ring? Really? Play another caress. Another waylay?
Time for you to die, Dwan.
Goes leader or not? Thinking about it. Alright, so they're gonna go for it. Okay. We could play this until Fwav and get Shaping Nature.
Eithne won't let us talk to strangers.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna play that on the Dryad, it's pretty tall. I think we'll just do it like that. We don't want to give him a massive target. I'm trying to save my better cards here. Okay, that's good. Nice, nice. Okay, I really like holding on to Simlas for the bleed. So if we can pull this now, it'll be great. Okay. Well, even that's great. So... we could use this to get defender. Right.
No mercy!
Do I need a stack anywhere in particular for this? Let's go here then.
Need much challenge once you knock them off their horse.
Play Eithne next. I'm gonna go Eithne. Gives us Symbiosis units. Then we can play the Sorceress. We can pretty much play most of our hand out here. Skirmisher.
Never had your kneecaps broken.
Trying to get through to it.
The humans
My
go
old
bold.
name.
We must be the
Don't remember. I don't care.
We could boost Defender. Boost it up with Shaping Nature. Boost it by 8. Depends what control they got. Wow. Oh, it backfired. Oh my goodness, did you guys see that? It didn't play for any value for them. Look, if that's the case, we probably hit Symbiosis now while these are still here. That's a really good situation for us.
You are no lunet of mine.
Oh, that's great. All day. Wow, fantastic. This works different now. Okay.
Ugh, stop gurgling like that.
Ooh, not bad. Jeez. Okay, plays good. That worked out. Yeah, we just keep pushing on here. Absolutely, just keep going for it. Sultan Warrior, yep. Okay, good, survived. Oh, we've got Orb. We could also rebuke that. Maybe that's better. We got all the answers. We have all the answers here. Play Sorceress out.
What do you say? You fight on my land,
Ah, okay. Are we going all in here? Maybe. We got some good points. We're up by a fair bit.
Death would be a mercy you do not deserve. Illusions. You've yet to see what they can accomplish.
Another rebuke? Why not? Okay, this is where we're gonna see Symbiosis from them now. If they have it. They're going for it. Really? What? Nice. Okay, good.